Well, hello, David. It's nice to see you today. Thanks for joining me for this visit. And it looks like you brought your sister, Carol, with you today.
Yes, hello there, Dr.
Hi.
Rachel. It's really nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you also, Carol. So, David, I understand that you're following up today because you were in the emergency room. How have things been going since that fall and since you were seen in the ER?
Well, the reason for this call is not the fall. Is that in the meantime I have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's dementia, and I'm kind of a lost soul. I don't know what I'm up against or where this is going, and I've asked my sister to please help me out and see if we can get to the bottom of what I got to do. Where am I? What's happening?
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that you have support through your sister. How are you doing with that diagnosis right now, David?
I'm not, because all I hear is these terrible things. The very little that I've read about it is overwhelming. So I feel at the mercy of my sister Carol and a person like yourself that can possibly help us out.
And I have to tell you, I'm right there, with David. I mean, I I really don't know much about this disease, this condition, and I don't know where to turn. I mean, I just, I need some information here. I mean, I I feel like I can't navigate this, by
Mhm.
myself with the information I have.
Yeah, it can be a lot to try and absorb and take on and figure out, huh? So I think that probably the best thing for all of us is going to be if we do a follow-up appointment where we can sit down and talk through what this means and kind of what some of the future might look like and how we plan for that together and how I can best support you, David, as well as you, Carol.
Well, okay. I guess so. I guess we can figure it out.
Okay, yeah, I think that that would be best. So, you can bring questions that you have to the next visit, and we can go through those together. Okay, so I'll have my staff call and schedule a follow-up appointment with you both. Okay.
Yes, I have to say I would really like to have the first one available and hopefully in the morning if possible.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm scheduling out about 2 weeks out, but I'll ask my staff to schedule you for a morning appointment since that works best. That's no problem.
Oh, that would be really great. Thanks, and I guess we'll just kind of go from here.
Yep. All right. Well, hang in there and we'll talk more later. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Rachel.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Dr. Mitchell.
Take care now.
Bye.
Well, hello, David. It's nice to see you today. Thanks for joining me for this appointment. And I
Thanks,
see you brought
Dr.
your sister Carol with you today.
I did like.
Yes. Hi there. Hello, Dr. Rachel, and I'm so glad to meet you.
It's nice to meet you also, Carol. So, David, I understand that today we're doing this visit as a follow-up from a fall that you had where you were seen in the ER. How have things been going since then?
Yes, I'm recuperating from the fall, okay, but in the meantime, I've been diagnosed now with dementia, early stages of dementia, and from what I've informed myself of, it's it's pretty it's a sad malady that I don't know what to do. I'm not sleeping well. I feel I got great anxiety, and I turned to my sister, who I trust implicitly on that to help me out here and see what kind of aids out there for me to take me through this journey.
Mhm.
And I have to tell you, Dr. Rachel, I am just really right there with him, and I'm really concerned about what to do next. I mean, we don't really, have enough information yet. Um, we have the care logs, that you have, but I still am concerned, that we don't really have any answers or how to proceed with this. And I'm, quite frankly, I'm just lost, and I have some other concerns as well.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that my nurse was able to talk to you and give you those care logs and that you've been using those. I think those will be really helpful when we meet again next. What other concerns are you having, Carol? And you too, David, do you have anything in particular you had questions about?
Well, I have to tell you that for one thing, I just, I want to support David the best that I can, but I do worry at night, and I'm just not, unfortunately, I'm not sleeping real well. And I just recently left my job, being retirement age, and just to care for David. And I just, I have to tell you, I just don't really know what to do. I mean, can you help us?
Yeah, I know that a lot of people in your situation, Carol, and yours, David, feel really overwhelmed, especially initially. It's a lot to take on. And Carol, I'm sorry to hear that you're not sleeping, and that can be really hard. I want to make sure that you're getting the care that you need, Carol, so that you can best support David. I'm interested, how are things going, either Carol or David, with everything at home? Are there any particular problems related to the memory loss that either of you have concerns about?
Well, yes, I have to say that, what I've noted is, along with myself, David's been a lot more restless lately. What I've noticed is that, David is having a hard time sleeping. He's pacing up and down at night.
Mhm.
And it makes me feel so bad for him.
Yeah. Well, David, you've got a wonderful support in your sister, and I'm so glad, Carol, that you're there for him. And that wandering can be very common for people who have Alzheimer's or dementia. At night, it's a difficult time for many people. So we can definitely talk about some strategies to be able to address that. And I'm happy to send you over some information too, even after our visit today, to give you some ideas where to start with that. Is there anything else?
Well, exactly like what type of strategies are you talking about? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I need to know more about this.
Mm-hmm. When you say this, do you mean the disease process overall or the sleeping issues?
Yes, I don't know what to do next. I mean, what if we see more issues? What happens if when your office is not open, and who do I call, on the weekends if is some kind of an issue that I can't handle?
Yeah, Carol, I think those are great questions. And so I want to take a two-part approach to that. I'm going to talk to you a little bit. Maybe after this, I'll give you a call, and so that I can make sure that I know how to get you resources for who you can contact if it's after hours or there's an issue. But I want to meet with both of you too, again, so that we can really go through in a sequential way what this disease process, what this diagnosis means, what it looks like for the future for you, David, and how that can actually still look like you living well. And then also, Carol, how I can support you and David with anything that may come up, and so that you can anticipate some of the things that may come up. So we can continue talking about the issue with the sleep, okay? But I'll also plan on touching on other things later. Is there any other concerns? And then we can kind of wrap up and then go back to the sleep issue.
Yes, so it sounds like you're going to make a care plan for us. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, we'll work together to come up with a plan for what needs to happen for the future, so that you both know what to expect, but also so that we can have everything in place that might be needed, regardless of what happens in the future with the dementia or any other health issues that you might have, David.
Well, okay, I guess we'll go with that then.
Okay. So, Carol, I'm going to call you after this, so that because I want to look at a couple of other resources for sleep and send those over, and then talk through those with you. Okay, maybe when you have it pulled up in front of you. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay, great. David, is there anything else that you need today? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and schedule an appointment here shortly so that we can sit down, all three of us, and go through some more things.
No, not at this time, Dr. Rachel. I appreciate your help, and you've come. I know the research that Carol has done on your background is excellent. Hopefully, you can help me out.
I look forward to working with both of you, definitely. So, all right, I'll have my staff call and schedule a follow-up visit, okay?
Have a nice day.
Thank you for seeing us. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay.